Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. We got a very serious... That's not that serious, man. But what we do have is the power rankings after the first week of the NBA season by ESPN. So we're going to check these out. We're going to start from the bottom of the list and work our way up because obviously I want to see what the worst teams are first and work our way up to the best, right, man? So, yeah. Definitely been a very exciting start to the NBA season. A lot of really good games. A lot of really great players out there surprising us. Most notable, I would probably say, is Miles Bridges for the Charlotte Hornets. He's been absolutely tearing shit up, bro, like straight up. But yeah, so if you guys don't mind leaving a like on the video, of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel, as we're on the road to 500,000 subscribers. Very close to 150K, by the way. But let's check this out here, man. So, number 30, we do have the Oklahoma City Thunder. So they're 0-3. I don't think anybody's too surprised by this one right here. Just when it comes down to it, this team's in full-on rebuild mode. There's no issues with it. They got a lot of good young talent, so let them go out there, get their buckets, and develop, and you're good to go. All right, next up, man, we got some complete and utter bullshit, bro. We got the Detroit Pistons. It says 0-2. They're 0-3 now, by the way. They're 0-3. They just lost to the Hawks. Going down 2 ranking points. Like, I bet you bitch-ass ESPN are not going to touch the Los Angeles Lakers, who lost some games to start the season. But guess what? They lost some because the chemistry wasn't there. The Pistons lost these games because we don't have Cade Cunningham, the #1 pick in the draft. Like, you all think ESPN would be punishing, the New Orleans Pelicans for Zion not playing? I bet you they're not. Former #1 pick, bro, was complete BS, man, complete BS. So I don't really get it. Like, I would understand us staying the same, but you just got to recognize over there in your, corporation and shit like that, bro, that, you analysts over there, bro, the reason why you're bumping them down, okay? The reason why. It's very important. Next up, we got the Orlando Magic. They're 1-2. Yeah, they beat the New York Knicks. Yeah, is that their current record? No, 1-3 now, man. 1-3 now on the season, okay? They're 1-3. So, yeah, that's the Orlando Magic. Cole Anthony had like 17 rebounds the other night, man. Like, literally a center in a point guard's body. It's crazy. Next up, we got the Pelicans. So they actually did bump them down 3 spots. But Zion's not a rookie. Next up, we got the Houston Rockets. Went up 2 spots, 1-2. Yeah, Jalen Green, by the way, is that their real record? I know we're like a day late with this, man, but, it's all good, all thing. Yeah, they are 1-2 still. Jalen Green had himself one hell of a game the other night. Like, he was so much fun to watch. He had like 9 3-pointers, man, which I believe, or it was 8 or 9. It was 8 or 9 3-pointers. Yeah, 8 for 10 from 3. Yeah, that was beautiful to watch, man. Beautiful basketball. Next up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Did you guys all see Lauri Markkanen dunked on? Wait, who did he dunk on, man? He dunked on somebody pretty damn bad. I think it was Jokic. Like, he knocked him to the ground. It was very damn impressive having playing the small forward position. They're going tall ball. They just got to trade for Ben Simmons to complete the tall ass infinity gauntlet, right? So yeah, they got him right there. Next up, we got the San Antonio Spurs. So they're 1-2. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was a little surprised they got this 25th previous ranking in the first place. Just because I think a lot of people were going this season expected them to be the worst team, right? Just because, their star players and guys like DeJounte Murray, even Derek White, they were talking about putting them on the trade block. But I really like Keldon Johnson a lot. Devin Vessel, 19 in the season opener. So, yeah, man, we got the Spurs right there. Okay, next up, we got the Sacramento Kings. So, this team right here, currently with a record of 1-2. So, the thing about the Kings is that Davion Mitchell, like, I don't know what they're going to do as far as, De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell in the future. Because, right now it's going to work and everything. But Davion needs to be a starting point guard for an NBA team, man. So, yeah, I don't really know how that's all going to go. Harrison Barnes, 28 points, 10 rebounds through the first 3 games of the season. See if that will hold up or not. I know Kings fans aren't going to want to hear this, but if Harrison Barnes is dropping numbers like 28 and 10, you continue losing games. I'm going out there, man. I'm trading while that stock is high. I'm just saying, man. So, yeah, unless the Kings maybe think they can make the play-in tournament or something. All right, next up we got the Toronto Raptors at 1-2. So, yeah, I don't think Pascal Siakam's been playing, right? I think he's injured or whatnot. But Scotty Barnes, man, game against, I believe it was the Celtics. Yes, 25 points, 13 rebounds. He has been great. And the future is right there with that Toronto Raptors team. Once Siakam's playing fully healthy and everything incorporated, the lineup team's going to be a lot better. But man, dude, like, between like OG and Scotty, like, what a bright future that team has. All right, next up, we got the Indiana Pacers. So, I would say the Pacers are definition of Spain without the S, man. Straight up pain. Because, like, their first 2 games of the season, I believe it was, they lost both. Like, they were high-scoring games, and they lost both games by, like, 1 point. It's unbelievable, like the bad luck they have had. But, Chris Duarte, for being an old head rookie, looking really good out there, man. Definitely looking like a veteran already in the league. Okay, next up, we got the T-Wolves. So they're 2-0. No, 2-1, man. They just lost their first game the other night. So, yeah, I mean, with them, you got that big 3 of Cat, D'Lo, and Ant-Man. So, no big surprises there. They ended last season really well. I expect them to be a better team. I don't think they're going to be the doormat of the NBA anymore. I really expect them to put up some nice W's, so we'll see. Next up, we got the Boston Celtics 1-2. And, I believe, 2-2 now. Just got another win the other night. Yeah, against Charlotte, right? Like, yeah, Charlotte just lost their, I believe, first game. So it was a close one. But, yeah, man, have had good, really good moments, really bad moments. I know Jaylen Brown's been a beast. He did miss the other night and everything, and Tatum's been kind of on and off, and when he's on like crazy. So, yeah, man, Boston Celtics from 13 to 19. So maybe not the season they were quite hoping for to start off, but I still think they're on the right track. Big win against Charlotte Hornets. All right, next up we got the LA Clippers, 0-2, although I think they just won their first game the other night, led by my dude Luke Kennard. Yes, 1-2 on the season now, man. Luke Kennard had like 23 points or something like that. But, yeah, Paul George really carrying the team and everything. Has to play like an MVP for this team to make the playoffs. And even with that, still 1-2 to start the season and everything. So, yeah, man. All right, next up we got the Portland Trailblazers, 1-2 on the season, not 1-1. And, yeah, man, I think the biggest issue with this team is just that, obviously they have a rookie coach in Chauncey Billups, so they can go either way with how a coach can really affect the team and everything. But, man, dude, the team just didn't do anything in the offseason. They just didn't. And I know, like, Trailblazer fans, they'll come at me and be like, oh, we got, so-and-so as a bench player. It's like, that's not doing anything for Damian Lillard, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Next up, we got the Washington Wizards. It says 2-0. They are currently 2-1 on the season. So, yeah, you can definitely see with the Washington Wizards, it's a lot more team-oriented, right? Like, last year it was like, okay, what can Beal give us and what can Westbrook give us? Now it's, okay, Beal is the go-to guy, and we have all of these great, role player type guys around him, right, man? So, yeah, very nice start for them. Next up, we got the Memphis Grizzlies. So, yeah, 2-1. And they have a record, yes, of 2-1. Ja Morant has went from just like, okay, like middle of the road point guard. Not saying he was middle of the road last year, but, just like a guy that you could kind of see things coming together, but took a giant ass step, man. And now we're looking at him like, damn, like, where could he finish as far as top point guards in the NBA? Like, could he finish top 5? The way he's been playing early on, man, definitely shows so. All right, we got the Charlotte Hornets, who just lost their first game to the Boston Celtics. But, oh my goodness, man, you want to talk about one of the most fun teams to watch in the NBA? Like, just, go looking beyond the success. I mean, between, like, the team announcer, but also, like, the highlight plays of Miles Bridges and Melo Ball, all those guys. Team has been fun, man. So, yeah, definitely maybe be a League Pass team for years to come. Dallas Mavericks with a record of 1-1 on the season, so they haven't played too many games yet. But I'm still kind of sticking by my original analysis of they didn't really get Luka much help, and Kristaps Porzingis a lot of the same. Good stats some games and soft-ass player another, so we'll see. Okay, we got the Phoenix Suns 1-2 on the season, so pretty slow start, dropping from 4 all the way to 12. Not going to lie, I have not really watched too many Phoenix Suns games early on this season. So I can't really say what the issue is. If Suns fans, let me know in the comment section below what's been the big time issue with the team. But yeah, there we go, man. All right, we got the New York Knicks, and they are currently standing at a record of, where are we at, man? 2-1. So, yeah, so I know it says on there, but some teams have played more since the article has been made, so I'm kind of double checking on my other monitor over here. Yeah, man, New York Knicks. I know Julius Randle's been putting up some crazy numbers. Derrick Rose, Obi Toppin, guys like that for the bench unit have been fantastic. So, yeah, definitely warranted in the ranking. The Chicago Bulls. So, the Bulls are actually 4-0 on the season. They jumped up to number 10. So, I do know that, early on, as far as the teams they have beaten, the Pistons twice and everything, and I think they played, I forgot who else they played, man. But regardless, like, oh yeah, it was the Pelicans without Zion Williamson. But that's not like the big reasoning. I think the reason behind them being undefeated is, just the chemistry's been clicking. Like the team they all look like guys that want to play with each other, very unselfish out there. And I think a lot of them don't mind, offensively speaking, deferring to Zach LaVine. Like they know Zach LaVine is the number one option. Everybody else is kind of like fill on it as they want to, and it's working out to be beautiful basketball. All right, next up we got the Atlanta Hawks. So the Hawks are 2-1 on the season. Yeah, man, Cam Reddish. I was saying over on Twitter, guys, Crispy Flakes 2K, by the way, that I do think that Cam Reddish, he's kind of like a Paul George. Like, he plays just like Paul George. It's a lot of fun to watch. Team's very dynamic, bright future. Didn't do too much in the offseason, but didn't really need to at the same time because of the young pieces they have that are really, maturing over the years and coming into their own as NBA players. Okay, for the Los Angeles Lakers, they were 3, fell all the way down to 8, so... Yes, their record is currently 1-2 on the season. They just got their first win the other night and everything. But Carmelo Anthony, a lot of fun to watch early on, but we definitely see some chemistry issue with Russell Westbrook and the rest of the team. So Westbrook always kind of starts the season off bad. People were saying that's because he gets like knee injections or something like that. To start every single year, but he fixes things when everything is more important later on in the season. All right, we got the 76ers, and their current record is 2-1. And, it's Joel Embiid's team. No Ben Simmons to be found. Embiid was an MVP caliber player last year, so when it comes down to it, like, even without Ben Simmons, he's still going to have the team in the mix just because of his MVP-ness. I think that's a word in the dictionary. You can look it up. Okay, next up, we do have the Miami Heat, who are 2-1 on the season. Tyler Hero looks like he is all about that life, man. Like, I think he's averaging like 30 points a game or something like that. So if he's doing that, this Heat team very well could be on their way to winning an NBA championship, in my opinion, man. All right, next up, we got the Golden State Warriors. They are undefeated. Wow, yeah, 3-0. Wow, 3-0 on the season, which was my prediction, for the team that could win the championship this year. I said Steph Curry MVP. I said a lot of it's going to come down to, Jordan Poole kind of holding things down until Klay Thompson's back. And so early on, man, looking like a pretty good take. All right, we got the Brooklyn Nets at 1-2. So they fell from 1 all the way down to 4, which is not like actually that big a drop, all things considered. They're now 2-2 on the season, so it looks like they beat the Washington Wizards, I believe it was. Yeah, man, I know James Harden kind of been struggling with his ability to get to the free throw line with the rule change. Do I think that, maybe referees are aiming a little bit too much at James Harden as far as this rule goes? Well, you could look at it that way, but you could also look at it too that James Harden got a lot of calls that other players didn't get when the rule change wasn't put in place. So, man, both ends of the spectrum, right? All right, we got the Denver Nuggets, who are currently, they just lost to the Cavaliers, I believe it was, right? Yeah, they're 2-1 on the season, man, just lost to the Cavaliers, but a team that's going to be great in the Western Conference, and we'll see what they can do come playoff time. That's going to be the important part. Utah Jazz currently sitting at 2-0, so have not played too many games yet, but we know what this team's all about. Donovan Mitchell's team, great defensively, so yeah, they're right there. And then we got the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 3-1 to start the season, man, 3-1. So they got blown out, the one game, but that's because a lot of their players were missing. So no surprises right here. Defending champions is number 1. So yeah, man, nothing really too outlandish with these rankings. As far as surprises for the NBA season, maybe how quickly the Bulls have been great. Charlotte Hornets for sure. So that's for the Eastern Conference. Western Conference, John Morant has definitely been off to a crazy start this season, man. So that's all we got for this video. Do you guys agree with it? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.